तो हमने वैसे भी बहुत सारे पैकेजेस करे होंगे पहले.
Right then, we're building up to the first of the 3 T20Is to be played versus the English cricket team, and the big news coming in is that Arshdeep Singh,
Yes, will make his debut.
India debut.
Unfortunately, he is there in the team only for first T20 international.
Yes.
Quite strange though.
But he's there in the West Indies ODIs.
Yes.
No, he is there for the ODIs against England also.
Yeah.
But it was quite strange. But good. I really wanted to see this guy.
Yes, Arshdeep
Yeah.
debuting. Is it because
Headline change.
Rohit Sharma is back and he wanted to see him? Possible.
Quite
Isn't it?
possible. Quite possible. In fact, and maybe you are looking at somebody like Arshdeep as somebody who maybe who's your future. Maybe considering that you have T20 World Cup, you would need a left arm fast bowler just to add
Yes.
variety to your bowling attack, because you've seen Umran Malik. We'll have to see whether he gets a game.
You've
or
seen
not.
Avesh, you've seen Umran, you
Yeah.
are seeing a lot of bowlers. Apart from the usual guys, which are
Yes.
your Bhuvaneshwar Kumars and Jasprit Bumrahs. And was he getting the water for us? I thought it's gone. Cool bottle. Oh, by the way, somebody pointed out, silly point, happy birthday to Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Thala Dhoni.
41.
The man who gave CSK fans so much happiness, Indian fans so much happiness.
Exactly. Today it's not CSK, it's
I think
India.
everyone, yeah,
Yeah.
he has given CSK fans.
And
happiness.
looking at the way how India's ICC drought has been, we miss him even more now.
You don't miss him, but you keep saying he didn't help India win too many in T20.
Yeah, he didn't help in India too many T20s, but as a captain, legendary, second to none, I would say. I mean, only captain to won all 3 ICC events.
England
And-
will also have a new captain though.
Yeah, basically making India the dominant team that they are, thanks to Mahi.
So he enjoyed his birthday. Birthday eve of Mahendra Singh Dhoni was spent at SW19 at
Yes,
Wimbledon.
watching Nadal,
He was
one
watching-
goat, watching another goat.
Rafael Nadal.
Yep.
By the way, just to let you know, talk in the subject of GOAT, I don't know if you saw the Sunny Bhai interview I did yesterday. So I said, Sunny Bhai, you are going to be watching Rafael Nadal. He says, yes, I'm looking forward to watching the GOAT. So I said, you are calling him the GOAT because there's a big debate. He says, yes, I know. And yes, people have the right to debate. But my opinion is Rafa is GOAT.
Yes.
So he went to see the GOAT.
Wow.
And MS Dhoni also saw yesterday, and then MS Dhoni did his cake cutting. Do you see that?
Yes,
In UK.
yes. Yep, he did.
Wow.
So
And there is Saurav Ganguly's birthday
tomorrow.
Yes.
But he's already celebrated it. I saw a picture today. Did you see the picture?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav
Jai
Ganguly,
Shah,
Jai Shah and Rajiv Shukla.
Yep.
They were celebrating a day before
In
the
fact, both the families, in fact, the Tendulkars and the
Gangulis.
both of them were there in England.
Yes.
The entire batch is in England.
And then Sai's birthday is about to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 legendary birthdays.
3 legends
July.
around the same time, huh?
July
Wow.
is a legendary month. In short,
Your birthday?
no.
Then?
Mahi, Saurav, Sunil.
Of course it is. No,
You can't get 3.
Shivam.
Shivam, of course. The goat amongst the goats.
Yes.
The goat amongst the goats.
So happy birthday to Mahendra Singh Dhoni and happy birthday in advance to Saurav Ganguly,
Yep.
Yes.
the Prince of Kolkata. It's coming tomorrow.
Yes.
So Arshdeep makes his debut, and as we were discussing, maybe the change of captaincy has made a difference. I saw a picture yesterday that was going viral of Rohit Sharma with the huddle in the practice. I don't know if you saw. So what must he be telling the guys? That listen guys, action starts from now. Huh? All you, Deepak Huda, okay, you played well in Ireland, but now I want to see the real thing.
Yes.
Surya Kumar, you've
has
coming from
happened in the past?
Yeah.
Yes, past.
Now the audition has
The
started.
real tour begins now. Edgbaston was a foregone memory, isn't it? In a different era, different parallel universe, wasn't it?
He must be telling Ishan Kishan,
Yes.
Surya Kumar Yadav, IPL is gone. It's not Mumbai Indians, it's the Indian cricket team.
Yep.
Don't expect me to be easy with you guys here. I'm building a team for the World Cup. So,
Easy.
isn't he?
And
No, he said this is not preparation. This series is just.
No, but he said we have one eye on the
Yeah,
World
we
Cup.
have one eye on the World Cup.
And then he mentioned about Umran,
Umran also, yes.
saying that he's in our thoughts. So,
Yep.
see, whatever he might say, tell me now, as a captain, don't you think he is now, this is it, this is the start of the World Cup build-up.
Has
He
to
knows
be.
every game, it's crucial. By the way, not just individual performances, the whole template, and we have to play in a way, all of that will have to start now. We have to start seeing it now.
Yes. This series, because everybody, whoever we have been asking,
Yeah.
this series is the start. You play with your core in this series. But from the core, I meant, okay, maybe you're not going to do too many chopping and changes. That's what I have assumed that a core is.
Yes.
Maybe in the new era, that is probably not true. It is
Yeah.
flexible enough. That might
Possible.
happen.
Possible.
Yeah, anyway, we are coming back to where T20I started in England, 2005, Southampton.
Oh, Rose Bowl.
Yeah. England thrashed Australia by 100 runs, no?
First ever.
That was the second ever. First ever was New Zealand,
was New
Australia.
Zealand, Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, who's this? Suzanne.
Yeah.
When you say Morgan were given the nudge, hence resign. Oh, this is a continuation of the AajTak show. You guys didn't watch it. So Suzanne is mentioning, and I'll just give you some reference so you know what the question is, and also viewers know. We were discussing, because if you know, the biggest English daily in the country today carried a story saying that from now Virat Kohli is also under observation in terms of this white ball series in England will determine whether he will be part of
The
the
World
Indian T20 team. That is a story done by a big newspaper, by a cricket correspondent who has been writing cricket stories in the past. So it's not, sometimes you just want to spread some rumor, you will give no byline and put just news service or whatever. It's not, somebody has taken a byline, written it, so I'm assuming there's some sort of credibility. And yesterday also I had said, both on Sports Today and AajTak and various platforms, that I don't think, and all this while I'd been saying that Virat Kohli is guaranteed a spot in the T20 World Cup. But yesterday, after in the past week or so, after having spoken to a few people, I had an inkling that it may not be the case.
Yeah.
That Virat is not a guaranteed member of the World Cup squad.
Yes.
Which is why yesterday in the discussion, because we were talking and Vikrant was there and he said Virat and all is going, and I said don't be sure, there could be a chance that Virat doesn't make it, but it'll all depend. We hope that he gets back into form. It'll all depend on him now getting runs. So I think the question is, and then I gave example that, listen, even the biggest players in the world, like Owen Morgan is the biggest example. The guy who transformed white ball cricket in England is now kind of, if it was India, we would have all said, Owen Morgan should be captain
Yes.
for this T20 World Cup. After that, decide. But I think somewhere he got the message that no, or maybe he himself took a call that no, I think the team, I may bring the team down. He decided to leave, and so Butler is made captain. So what Suzanne is asking, if you're giving example that Steve Waugh was given a nudge or Morgan was given a nudge, then why are you not talking about Rohit Sharma getting a nudge? And the point is valid that if you look at the T20I records in recent years, then he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Virat has a better
much
record.
better numbers.
But by the way, just to add a point to that, and maybe we'll do a video going forward, that please do not look at only T20I records, because IPL records will also count, because it's the same format. If you're looking at one-day cricket and looking at IPL may not be the same. You're looking at Test cricket, looking at IPL may not be the same. So we will look at IPL records in the last 2 years and T20I records in the last 2 years, and then combine and see, and that may give us a better idea of the form of the player. Because if you only look at T20Is, there haven't been too many
sample size is too small.
Exactly, in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So then you must include IPL, which is a international level tournament, which a lot of matches. So we will combine that and come up with the stats. We'll do a video on that. But for the moment, I'm not denying what Suzanne is saying, that yes, T20I record of Virat is also. Then why are you not talking about Rohit? And I'll just quickly answer before we take you live to Edgbaston. That's because Rohit Sharma is your captain.
Yes.
And you're not going to now change your and again it goes back to Virat, if he had not given up the captaincy after the last T20 World
Yeah.
Cup, then nobody would have been talking right now that think of India's T20 team without Virat Kohli. Nobody, because nobody wants to drop the captain in that era. Yeah, you've just made him a captain. He's won you all the games in the bilateral. You will not make a change to the captaincy now. So irrespective of his form, he is going to be leading the team going forward. So he will be leading the team going forward. So in that case, you cannot be talking. Had Virat not given up the captaincy, I repeat, then I think he would also have been in the similar position, and maybe questions could have been asked
But
about
if Virat wouldn't have given up his T20 captaincy, I think he preempted that decision, because selectors as it is were looking at changing their the captain after the T20
Yes,
World Cup.
yes.
After
Okay, so if that's the case, I'm saying had he been captain, whether he left it or whether he
But
was
even
given
though
signals.
I know there are reports that Virat will also be on trial from here on.
Yep.
But I still feel I'll be surprised if Virat doesn't make it to that T20 World Cup. I'll be surprised.
Now, I mean, I had been saying, that on this platform, we had been saying that I don't see that happening, but I think it may happen. Again, it's all subject to how he does.
Yes.
See, again, Virat Kohli, we know he's pretty good in this format, as his records is suggesting in T20. He maybe this series only he fires, and then all doubts will be laid to rest. But I know that all I'm confirming now is that there is a thought process where they are thinking about. So that thought process has already come in. It exists. But the decision will be taken later. We'll discuss about that a lot now. I've been told by Shivam that our good friend Vimal Kumar is joining us live from
The Rose
outside
Bowl.
the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
Vimal, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Nikhil, and I'm being joined by some of the very enthusiastic Indian cricket fans. You can see me; they're just with me, and I will just take the first reaction. What is the kind of mood? Because India lost the test match in Birmingham, so it's a new series, new beginning. So, what kind of expectations you have? Could you introduce yourself and then tell us?
Hi, my name's Roshni, and I'm only here for Rohit. I want Rohit and the team to smash it.
Hi, this is Longinus Fernandez.
I was Shona from London.
And believe me, guys, we are here to see India only win.
Yes, in the T20 they will smash it.
So you can see, Nikhil, despite the loss in that fifth test match, the enthusiasm hasn't gone down. You can see that they still half an hour to both.
These few losses don't make a difference. That is why cricket is surviving.
Yeah. I think, Vimal, we are losing our connection. I could hear you till some time back, but I think we're losing our connection. We'll try and reconnect. Shivam, what you can do is just cancel this call and ask him to join again. And before you take him on air, just see if the signal is great. Okay. Okay, we'll get back to the discussion. I'm just saying, I don't know what happens. See, again, he fires, he gets run, there's no way you want to leave him, right? I'm saying that there is a thought that now exists within the decision makers. When I say decision makers, that will be maybe your top level BCCI management, your selectors, all of them
the
who
most
sits,
important.
coach, all of them, captain. The board, I said. So there is a thought now there that we want to see how he does in the lead up to the T20 World Cup. And if runs are not coming, then we may have to look at something else. So that has come.
Looking at the nudge comment of Morgan, see, with England you already had a succession plan, isn't it? If it was not Morgan, then it was Butler. It was the automatic choice. But then forget Rohit, okay, he'll be the captain. You leave Virat out now. Who's your backup? Who will be
your
the
backup?
backup in the Indian team if Virat doesn't make the trip to...
I'm giving an example. I was asked to make 11, okay, and if I had to, let's say Deepak Hooda, who's been the man in form, assuming he starts scoring a lot of runs, I was struggling to fit him in the team. How do I fit him? I was struggling to fit in Shreyas Iyer. Now again, I'm just saying Shreyas Iyer in white ball cricket, test cricket, do not compare in the sense he had been getting you a lot of runs in the T20
But the World Cup is in
international.
Australia.
No, but I'm just saying he was getting you, na. So we will find out what he does in foreign conditions. He'll be playing here in England, so we'll get to know. I'm saying there are guys who you're looking at, let's say Ishan Kishan is fine, if he
Yes.
gets runs and you want to fit him and KL Rahul in the team, that there are a lot of guys you're looking at. Dinesh Karthik and Rishabh Pant, how will you fit in both? So, too many. Rohit Sharma has won the toss.
Yes, unlike Rishabh Pant.
They will.
So England
Unlike
will bat
Rishabh
first.
Pant, yeah.
It's bright and sunny.
Yep.
Bright and sunny. Okay. I believe Vimal is back with us. Vimal, I know you're in ground zero, but let me give you some good news. That is Rohit Sharma has won the toss. And we are guessing that most likely, as most teams do, they will be chasing. No, they have elected to bat.
India have elected
That's
to
very
bat
interesting.
first.
Elected to bat, huh? But what is the buzz as such, Vimal? Because here in India, everyone is saying that England start as the favourite. This English team with Joss Butler, Livingston, David Malan, Moeen Ali is a lethal white ball team. What is the buzz there in England? What is being written in the Telegraphs and the Guardians of the world?
So, I think you're right, Nikhil. If you look at the from a players to players comparison, first favorite. From the support point of view, even if the man can sense that India the support. But yes, I think a bit of, how can I put it? Because all the 5 players who are part of this T20 squad, like Virat Kohli, Rishabh Pant, and others, there is the T20 is there. I was just, I think Pandya was there, and the other was there. You could sense that this is a new team, new beginning. Hopefully, the same team did exceedingly well against Ireland, but they know that this is not Ireland. But Rohit Sharma coming back in this team, leading from the front, that will be interesting to see. And I think the onus is on Rohit, not only as a batsman, but as a captain as well. Because, whatever has happened in the last test match, it is going to affect the morale of the team. Even if it is a different way, the fact is that India lost that match. So even if it's an entirely new, different England team, the momentum is with the host.
And on paper, actually, this team looks good. At least the batting. Of course, you will have reinforcements after Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami. I don't know what's the.
He's not selected.
Yes, he's not selected. But still, what the selectors think of Mohammad Shami going forward. But the moment you will have those reinforcements, this team actually will look good. Because the team has been announced. Rohit Sharma, of course, will open with Ishan Kishan. Then you have Deepak Hooda at number 3. Number 4 would be Surya. Then number 5 would be Hardik. Number 6 would be DK. And number 7 you will have Harshal Patel, Akshar Patel. All these.
Bhuvi, Arshdeep, Yajuvendra Chahal, no Umran.
Now, just hear the English 11, the English team. Jason Roy, Joss Butler, David Malan, Moeen Ali, Liam Livingston, Harry Brook, Sam Curran, Chris Jordan,
Tymal Mills, Reece Topley, Matthew Parkinson. The bowling doesn't.
Bowling is pretty weak.
It doesn't.
Because Jordan was not in form. If you're looking at your death overs, even in the IPL and prior to that in the West Indies, he wasn't in great form.
Can we go to Vimal and then we can thank him because I think he's still with us. Vimal, a couple of things. We know that VVS Lakshman is also chipping in as being the coach of the Indian team, but is that also restricted to this match? And then Rahul Dravid and co joined from the second T20 onwards. Also Arshdeep making his debut, but people are surprised here that he makes his debut here, but he's not part of going forward
Next
in the T20
T20s.
eyes.
So if I got it right, you're talking about VVS Lakshman making his debut as coach, right? Okay.
No, he was there for the Ireland.
Yeah, I was saying that VVS is the coach today. He's just filling in for Rahul Dravid for this match.
The head coach has been rested apparently.
I think see Nikhil, you also know that the role of coach, especially in T20, is overrated, because if you look at the IPL teams, the coach is a different kind of designation. Sometimes it is director of cricket, sometimes mentor, sometimes head coach, assistant coach, so many designations, and VVS has worked in those kind of designations with Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now he's part of the NCA, guiding all these youngsters. So even if he doesn't have the formal qualification of a coach, the good thing about VVS is that he's somebody who can take the young guys along in a mood of Rahul Dravid. He's a real, in many ways, we know that Dravid Lakshman partnership in Indian cricket on the field, they share a great chemistry. If someone understands the methods of Rahul Dravid very well, it is VVS Lakshman. There is no doubt. Even if you talk about Sachin Tendulkar or Saurav Ganguly, it is VVS Lakshman who shares an excellent rapport with Rahul Dravid. So I think it will be some sort of continuation in terms of strategy, coaching, the mindset, because we having VVS around in this dressing room, I think it will calm the nerve of all these youngsters, because VVS with his kind of experience, the kind of nature, he's a good friend of yours as well, Nikhil. So he's somebody, he always brings a different kind of calmness. The calmness is different from what Mahendra Singh Dhoni used to bring, but nonetheless it is significant factor.
Okay, final question, Vimal, before we let you go. The biggest buzz here in India at the moment is that this white ball series is going to be very, very crucial for Virat Kohli, because it's not a guarantee that he will be part of that plane to the T20 World Cup, and his form is also going to be assessed. Is that what you are also getting to hear there? And how crucial will this white ball series be for the senior players, especially Virat?
I think you hit the nail on the head, Nikhil, because this is something, for too long people have not been talking and discussing about Virat Kohli, the batsman. For too long we have been critical of Virat Kohli as a captain, but over the last few months, if you look at across the format, it is clear, no matter the big experts are always saying, arguing that just the beginning is around the corner, the class is permanent, form is temporary, and all kind of thing. But it is clear, Virat desperately need a good inning, and more so in T20 format, because if you look at the kind of IPL he had, he is not guaranteed, and the kind of players India is getting in the middle overs, because over the last couple of years, it is being debated that the problem with Indian T20 team is the top order. You can't have KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in the same top order, because that is what let India down in last couple of World Cup. So I think Virat, when he starts in the second second T20 in Birmingham, he will be under enormous pressure as a batsman. For a long time, Virat will enter the field to prove himself as a batsman.
Okay, Vimal, thank you so much.
And is there a possibility, have you also applied to be the captain maybe in any of the future series now that you're there?
Didn't get you, Rahul, completely.
You have done so many tours. In fact, a lot of cricketers may not have played those many international matches. The amount of matches that you've covered. Is there a possibility? The way we can you hear me now?
No, he can hear you.
Yeah. I can.
So I'm just saying, is there a possibility? Have you applied for Indian captaincy? Maybe in near future.
One day captaincy to Virat.
No, Vimal, what Rahul is saying, that because they are changing captains so often nowadays, India is changing captains so often now. Shikhar has been made captain in the West Indies tour. Have you also applied for captaincy of the Indian team? You might also get it.
I wish I could, because Nikhil, we have been in this business for almost 2 decades, and never ever we have seen so many musical chairs we used to say during Azhar, Sachin era and all that, because musical chair meant at that point of time one captain will go and another will come, Sachin, Azhar, Ganguly, Dravid, something like that, but it was always 1 or 2 candidates. Now in last 7 months we have 7 captains. So now if this trend continues, we may have soon as the playing 11 of captains, all the captains, playing 11 of Indian captains.
You don't have a vice captain in this series, on this entire tour. I think we've lost his voice. Anyways, thank you, Vimal. Thank you very much. We'll get you back soon.
Yeah. Enjoy the game. Rose Bowl, and it's going to be a late finish. I must warn you that public transport from the ground is very tough to find at the end of the day. So, arrange yourself a cab now only, otherwise you'll find it very difficult.
Okay.
Thanks, Nikhil. Thanks. See you after the game.
See you. Bye. That is Vimal. What a lucky bugger he is. He'll be watching that T20I. But two things that Vimal is pointing out, which has now been widely reported in India as well. As Vimal is saying that even he's getting to hear that these 6 games in England are going to be very, very crucial for Virat Kohli going forward, especially keeping in mind the T20 World Cup.
Yep.
And the other thing he was saying, yes, maybe soon we'll get to see an 11 of only captains. So many captains have been tried.
I know.
So 11 filled with captains.
But Virat, see, if he was already under pressure because of not getting too many runs in the last few months or years, I think it will only add more pressure on Virat. So either it can get the best out of him,
Yes.
or
It will deteriorate even further now.
Yes.
If that happens.
See, now that it's come in print, and see, there is no value of what we say, isn't it? We keep saying this all the time. No, because see, spoken word is not valued as much.
we can change.
We have been saying, and changes. Like I never thought that Virat could be out of the scheme of things for the T20 World Cup. For the longest time, we kept saying that there was no way you will make changes so close to the T20 World Cup few months ago, because you don't want to make the mistake. You will go. But now, as I said, what we're getting to here, there is a likelihood that team may not want to repeat. The other mistake is of taking players on reputation and not on form. So they may be thinking like that. So as I said, things keep changing. But now that it's come in print, it's in newspaper, in a renowned newspaper with a byline and all of that. So what happens now, this news will definitely reach Virat Kohli also. Even though he cuts off outside noise, but he'll get to know. And what that will tell him is that he knows that if a news item has come, there is a thought somewhere in people who will be in decision makers that this is there. Even though he wouldn't have known by now, or he wouldn't have suspected it, that okay, all he must be thinking is, okay, I'm not in great form, I need to get back into form. I don't think the thought would have been crossing his mind that, oh, I may not be part of that T20 World Cup. Probably now, after this article, after reading this article, maybe
Again,
the thought has come to his mind.
As much as we are wanting to avoid the mistakes that we did in 2021, I think we are repeating that same mistake again. Why? Again, okay, look at the reaction of how Morgan has retired. It's calm. Butler is their succession plan. If suppose you announce, say by the end of the series, Virat is not going for the World T20.
You will not announce it.
Whatever it is, or maybe September.
Who will announce it? They will not announce it.
We are discussing of belling the cat. Maybe
No. How will it? Okay, in case that was to happen. See, I'm saying, for all you know, as Rahul was saying, now that he knows that there is somebody who's thinking like that, that may fire him up.
Yeah.
Especially if he gets to know BCCI is thinking like that, he would be like, okay, I'm
What
going to
is
prove
BCCI?
you. BCCI is a board which is made up of many members, but there's an executive committee that will include the president, secretary, treasurer.
That's it.
Effectively.
That's the board.
No, and selectors and the coach, all are in decision making power. No? So I'm saying wherever this news item has come from, Virat will be in the know of things, right? That this is a thought. Maybe for all you know, he fires. I'm saying in case he does not, or whatever, and if you want to.
He makes the decision himself that I'm not going.
No. I don't think that will happen. Very rare with Indian cricketers, by the way. Won't happen. What will happen is you won't say he was dropped for the World Cup. The next series or something, you won't pick him.
Won't pick it.
In those series. And then by the time the World Cup team would be announced, you would have already known what your World Cup team is, if you're not going to play him.
Has he become a liability for you?
No. Personally, if you ask me, I'll say no. Because again, his T20 and
So you
numbers are
have
good.
better players who are sitting on the bench than Virat Kohli in T20.
No, in form, yes. On form, yes.
Yeah.
Just I'm saying there are. So
Again, it's the case of reputation superseding numbers and this.
yes.
That is the thing which is happening. But again, if suppose Virat makes a decision,
Chandresh Narayanan is saying, Nikhil, why are you anti-Virat?
Yeah, I am not anti a pro. I'm reporting news.
Yes.
I'm a reporter. I'm reporting news. I'm telling our subscribers that there is a thought now, and it's a possibility of, decision makers are thinking on these lines, that if in this white ball series Virat doesn't fire, we may have to look beyond him. Is the thought that is there?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to eventually select the team, na. And whatever
But
if
you
I'm
can
maybe,
influence.
how can I influence it?
You only said one.
If I can influence, okay, if I
Journalists
can,
can
no,
influence
okay,
decisions.
so I'm saying, okay, if I can influence, I am saying, you said, is he a liability? I have said, no, he's not.
He's not a
Now, so I'm speaking pro Virat, okay. Now, can I influence? If he doesn't fire in these 3
these
or 6
two-
matches,
5
no matter
matches,
how much
yeah.
I say that, no, you cannot go with Virat, the decision makers, if they made up their mind,
Look,
won't.
even yesterday when we were giving out
That's
the
your answer, Chandresh.
But
You-
what
you-
is that 179? What is is there anything specific as to why 179?
No idea.
see, even yesterday when we were discussing about Virat, I mean, Nikhil,
That's
you
his
also
birth year, 79. His birth year.
wow, okay. January 79, 179.
Is he January? No.
No, I don't think so. He's not Jan.
December.
How do you know?
I've interacted with him a couple of times. I guess
won't
he's not Jan. I just thought
So you ask their date of births.
I'm just shouting out on maybe it is 79 year and January 1 perhaps. He can't be year 179.
Anyway, what were
So
you
what I was saying is yesterday I was talking about Virat's numbers in T20Is. Even Nikhil, what was the comment that came from one of our family members? He said, do not try to whitewash Virat Kohli's mediocrity. There, whatever you'd say about Virat Kohli, whether it is pro or anti, you will get panned. That is the way how it is now, currently. The numbers are not lying when it comes to Virat as far as average and consistency in T20 is concerned.
Yes.
But what is it in the broader picture? Oh, you are trying to whitewash his mediocrity. That's the situation right now with Virat. Either way, whatever we look at it, these 5 matches, if he still decides by the end that I'm not going to go, supposing if that happens in a blue moon, then the entire Indian team is in pandemonium. It's absolute bedlam then heading into the World T20. Where is your backup? Shreyas is your backup. Huda is your backup for an ICC event. It's really,
An
really,
interesting
really.
comment there.
Yeah, come out of that, Shivam.
Manikant Reddy. Is that the comment that you were?
Yes, 5th selector of Indian team is. But which is the 5th selector?
Imagine you don't have a selector since.
That's like the 5th column, right? We are always this.
But I know what he's
column.
hinting at.
He's saying 5th selector of the Indian team is trying very hard to remove Virat Kohli. No problem. In case if India lose the T20 World Cup, then he has to take
The 5th selector will have to take the responsibility.
Who's the 5th selector he's referring to?
I don't know. Do you know?
No, you said I get it.
No. I said he's talking about a 5th selector, but
There is only one selector. There is no 5th selector. There is no 4th
there is
selector.
one
there's no-
selector. There are 4 selectors, I thought.
No, there is one selector.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Will you please elaborate and explain?
Off the record.
So you are trying to tell me that, okay, is that one selector? Is that one selector part of the 4 selectors?
Obviously not.
Okay, so you are saying there is a selector who is not part of the 4 selectors and he is the real selectors. That means the remaining 4 selectors are what? They just come for chai, pani, biscuit in the meeting?
No, obviously.
Is that what you are trying to say?
We are thinking of this.
Decisions are influenced. You also know, Nikhil, and it has happened in the
I
past.
don't know.
You know it. You've been. You've
I
overheard
don't know.
conversations.
I think that selectors, I always thought that selectors pick the team.
No, selectors get paid to pick the teams.
Yes.
Whether they pick the team or not, that's something.
Then who picks the team? That one selector.
No, a lot of.
I don't think anybody is as
Say,
powerful.
you have-
we are making out the
you have
BJ to
the
be
team-
some kind of Hollywood like
You have
cartel.
the team management. You have the head coach, captain. A lot of people are involved.
They are like this ominous invincible cartel, you know.
By
That's
the
what
way,
making it.
in all of this, whether he is picked or not, and whether if he doesn't fire in this series, and there is a thought that he will not go or whatever, Rahul Dravid will also play a major role.
Yes.
They will take his word also. See, because at the end of the day, when India lost this particular test match, the knives were out for Rahul Dravid. People on our comment section were criticizing. So I know that Rahul Dravid also would be seeking success as a coach.
Yes.
And T20 World Cup is going to be a very important event where he will be judged as a coach. So he would also want to take the best team. Now his idea of whether Virat is part of that best team will also play
I
a
just
major
hope they don't make a a Hindi soap opera out
I
of
know.
this
Seriously.
entire-
like how would, as in
No,
what,
like what has already happened in the last few months, ever since Virat on 16th of September when he quit his T20 captaincy, before and after that, what happened, it became a soap opera. I'm not blaming the board only, I'm saying the entire episode, whether it was Virat's press conference, obviously he was disgruntled, he was disappointed at whatever happened in the past. I just hope, and also for the benefit and betterment of Indian cricket, I understand, don't stretch it too long. If you have to take Virat for the World Cup, I know he's a big player, it will take, you have to be absolutely sure as to whether you want to take Virat or not, and it might take time, but if you have to take a call, take it
See, it was during Dravid's.
take it early.
Yeah.
And now as in give, of course you can't just drop Virat Kohli on the basis of 3 matches or 4 matches or 5 it's his legacy that
No,
keeps
but-
him in that team. It's his whatever he's done for Indian cricket, but I still feel that I try. In fact, a lot of people called me in the evening. I was driving towards for work. So a lot of people called me, what has happened. So I tried to speak to somebody. The gentleman didn't answer my call, but I hope I'll get in touch with him. And a lot of things
about what?
about this Virat Kohli. Secondly, there have been conflicting reports, and 2 very senior journalists, reputed journalists, have written 2 conflicting reports. A says that Virat has been dropped for the West Indies series.
Yes.
B says he was rested. He Virat himself requested for a
No,
rest.
that I can't. I'm not saying, having spoken to anyone, why would Virat have asked for a rest from West?
Although the team is not out, by the way, the T20 team for West Indies is not out.
No, even ODI, why would
No,
you?
ODI also selected. See, it was a give and take sort of a series because West Indies came here, you're going there.
Yes.
This series is not part of your ODI Super League.
Yes.
So selectors.
No, but you.
Although I am saying, why is everybody, forget about Virat Kohli, why is everybody taking rest?
Yes.
Why is everybody?
No, but-
why is Rohit Sharma taking rest? Why is he's
I agree.
He's the Indian captain, yeah.
We discussed Irfan Pathan tweeted
Yeah.
very valid. He says nobody gets back to form by taking rest.
Yes.
That's it. One line, and he summed it up best.
Yep.
Who's
Whoever.
out of form?
Rohit Sharma is out of form. Virat Kohli is out of form. They need to both play.
And ODI is a format which gives you an opportunity to come back into the form, because there it's a 50-over game.
Yes.
You can actually take your time
Yes.
to settle down. And then you can pace your innings. So I think ODI is the best format to get back into the form.
Yep.
If you are completely out of form,
That's my point. Why will they take rest?
and also
Why will Rohit Sharma and
No,
Virat
but
Kohli? Unless, that's what I'm saying, unless BCCI has decided.
no, that's what I'm saying. Maybe BCCI
Yes.
decided.
There is a report
Yeah.
also that says Dravid requested that you be
That's what I'm
rested.
saying.
So basically, coach is rested.
The business of sources, and again.
No, coach has asked for them to
Yeah.
be rested for that one day. Maybe because the coach also wants to see all of them.
Coach is going, right?
Coach is going and coach is keeping an eye on all the other white ball players
Yep.
who would be
I
coming.
just hope they don't make a khichdi out of this.
No, maybe they're trying to avoid the khichdi by...
Aren't the recipes in place for a khichdi?
Because you
No,
see,
but you can, if you make the decision by the end of West Indies tour.
Yeah.
Either way. whether
August 8th, by August 8th,
Yeah,
because that's when the West Indies
yeah,
season
so
is.
then
prune
there's no
down your
khichdi.
pool. You have
Yes,
to prune
so
down
maybe
your
you
pool of
prune,
players.
so maybe you prune it down by that time.
By August.
By-
By August 8th,
August
when the
8th,
West
yeah.
Indies series ends.
Yeah, by
Because
that
after
time-
that, you'll have only three series remaining.
Then you take a call. These are the guys. Again, you prune down in the sense you'd still want to see, but like a 20 member
20
sort of
member, yeah.
which Rahul Dravid mentioned.
I
We're
think
not
you
looking
should
at
have your 20 today.
No, you cannot. Nah. You cannot, because assuming if you want to go with form, I'm just saying, then that 20 may not be with, let's say, a Virat. For example, you want to take that decision so early? No, but you want to give someone like Virat even more and more
Today-
opportunities to fire.
Today, if you give me 17 names, today, if you give me and everybody 17 names, 110%, 15 out of those 17 players will go for that T20 World Cup. As simple as that. And if you're still pakawing that khichdi,
No, 15. I think.
trust me, you tell me, you write down 17 names, and whenever the T20 World Cup squad is announced, you will see 15
Okay, I'll
names.
write
with-
down, and in the middle innings we'll.
Yeah.
And you trust me, and the 15 names that will be announced for the T20 World Cup will be part
They
of
will
your
not be
17.
15.
Huh?
They will be 20.
No, there will be 20, but 15. See, to ICC you will have to give 15 names. No.
Okay, game's about to start. Quickly, what do you make of the team? Actually, telling you now, we said that England are clear favourites, but looking at the bowling, I think not so much.
not
No,
so
but that's what I'm saying. Maybe it would have been better to chase. If India would have elected to field first.
Especially with the baseball moment, why don't you insert England in? And then India
if you
chase.
No, baseball is only
If
for test
bowling is
cricket.
their
This
weaker link, if
Everyone
bowling-
is
I
playing
know.
baseball in T20.
If bowling is their weaker link, you should have asked them to defend.
Defend.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I mean.
A bit surprising.
This batting looks as if the bowling might concede 220. Perhaps this batting might chase it.
Chase also, exactly.
That's the thing. This bowling is very wafer thin, the England bowling. So they may concede 220, 230. This England batting can chase it down.
Ireland was chasing it down
Yeah,
against you.
Umran Malik was very lucky that he managed to defend 17.
Yeah.
Eventually, we
4
won
runs.
by 3 runs, 4
4
runs.
runs.
Yeah, very.
Very lucky he was.
Aditya Monti has picked his T20 World Cup 11, which includes Rohit and Pant to open, Virat at 3, Sky at 4, Hardik at 5, DK at 6, Jadeja, Harshal, Bhuvi, Bumrah, Yuzi. He's thrown KL Rahul out.
He's thrown Shami out.
No, Shami, okay, chalo.
Shami.
But main is KL Rahul.
KL Rahul,
There is no
yeah.
KL Rahul.
And I'm finding it very difficult for him to come back. He will not have that much time. Only the Asia Cup and the Australia series.
He will be given a
Reputation,
chance.
yeah.
He will be given a chance, and if he's firing, then he'll come in.
We are talking about the Indian team. The England team, I don't know what they have a problem against David Willey.
He's such a good bowler. And
Such
they're
a
not
good bowler and a
they're not-
utility
They're
batter.
not playing him.
They're not playing David Willey. For last 3-4 years, they've had a
Maybe because they didn't want to play so many left arm fast bowlers. Maybe
Harry Brook is one left armer.
exactly. So they and the love affair with Chris Jordan continues.
Oh boy. CSK is.
Gurpal ji is saying Virat should write.
Gurupal.
Gurpal ji is saying
KD
Virat.
83 on his back. Kapil Dev 83 on his back. Then he'll get runs.
Why?
That's Kapil Dev 83. I don't know, what do you find?
Inspirational.
No, he can just call up Kapil Paji. Paji, शुरू करो.
Where are you going now, Shivam?
Huh?
Super chat, I think, went away. Sam
score
Curran
prediction.
back after a long time.
Score prediction?
Oh God, this is the worst part of the debate.
172 is, I'm saying.
185.
192.
Done.
Chalo.
Bye bye. See you mid innings.
Vanakkam.
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 Lot of Sanju Samsung.